Hello everyone, welcome to the channel of RD Automation Learning. So in this video, we are going to start a new playlist and that would be regarding JMeter. So we will be taking on the JMeter as a full course who can start from beginner level to advanced level. We will be creating videos on how to use JMeter from scratch, right? So if any of you does not have any idea about JMeter, then you can view these videos because this will be from the beginner level, from the very scratch level. If any of you want to revise concepts, then also you can view this playlist. It will be kept in a very crisp, in a very precise manner. And at the end of the video, we will also be sharing a notes kind of a thing, a PDF file which you can refer after this video gets ended, so that you can revise those concepts. You can watch these videos and you can prepare yourself for performance testing. And this is not only for the interview perspective, but apart from interview questions and answers, we will be covering the learning perspective as well, how to use JMeter for non-functional testing. So let us start. So before we start with the JMeter tool itself, right, let us understand what is performance testing. Okay, and what is performance testing? This will be a question, interview question also, which will be asked. Okay, so let's say as an individual end user, as an individual QA team member, we are doing functional testing, and let's say we are testing Flipkart website. So Flipkart is an e-commerce website which you all might be aware of. We are testing this website and we generally do functional testing. We will test whether the flow of the application is working fine or not. For example, adding the products to the cart are being reflected properly. Then we will test the checkout option, the payment options, all those things are working fine or not. Okay, so functional testing plays a vital role in the initial round. Now, gradually, when your web link or when your web application, right, it goes online, it goes into the production, right, the release happens, then there are many users who will be using that particular website. So let's come to this example. Let's take an example of Flipkart itself. Let's say it's a Christmas time, right? And at that time, many of the users would be using that particular website. Okay, irrespective of offers are there. There are some people who will be just doing window shopping, right? So the load of the website would get increased, right? The people who are using the website in the production, that will increase. So now here comes the performance testing into the picture. What happens is the QA team, the software testing team, they will have to do performance testing before itself to ensure that the website is responding in a proper manner, irrespective of whatever the load that has been given, right? It should not happen. You can see this emoji, right? These things should not happen, that it takes a lot of time to load. This will actually frustrate the end users. This would put a lot of chaos in the website once it is in production. So in performance testing, what we will do, we will test the response of that website, how the website is responding when multiple users. So that user limit again would be defined. So in various companies, if it's a product based company, you will discuss such kind of statistics with the help of stakeholders, and you will ask them how many people are you expecting to use this website once it goes live. So they will tell you that particular figure. Maybe, for example, they tell you 2000 users. So you will test with 2000 users and you will see the response of the website. In a service-based company, you will connect with the client and you will ask them what would be the statistics, right? So based on that, you will add in the expected result of the test case that this particular website should accept this particular users and this should be the response time, right, to load that particular website. So that's how you will be discussing and you will be concluding that particular figure, right? So what is performance testing? So now let's come to the definition, right? So this was an example. Now, what is performance testing? So performance testing is again a type of software testing itself, right? If you will see on LinkedIn or the various job portals, the demand of performance testers has been always there, right? Since the beginning itself, they are given a priority. Yes, initial level will do functional testing because there is no point of doing non-functional testing before functional testing. What if the flow itself is not working? What if the happy path is not working? Then there is no point of doing non-functional testing. So the roles, the job opportunities with respect to performance testing are also there, and you would need some kind of knowledge in order to do performance testing, right? So the demand is there for performance testing, right? So it's a type of software testing that ensures software applications perform properly under their expected workload. So expected workload, which we just discussed, how much X amount of users that particular website is supposed to withstand. Okay. It is a testing carried out to determine system performance in terms of stability, sensitivity, and reactivity under a particular workload. So how the website is behaving under a particular workload, that you will determine using performance testing. Okay. Now, what is the process? So before we go to the JMeter tool itself, let's understand brief details about performance testing first. Once this is done, then I'll take you to the JMeter, how we will use the JMeter tool, what are the advantages of JMeter, how you will add assertions, right? But before that, let's understand the basic things. Because see, this playlist, this videos will be referred by a beginner level, someone who is at an intermediate level as well. So it is very important, if you are a beginner, you should learn these concepts. If you are an intermediate level, maybe you are aware, then just revisit these concepts once. Okay. So here we have defined the performance test process. Okay. So what we will do, so first of all, the first step is we will be designing the test scenarios. So we will be documenting, we will be writing those test scenarios, and we will be recording those test scenarios. So again, in JMeter, you can write scripts, right? But you can also record the website, the web page, and you can just use their record and playback tool, and you can create your scripts as per your desired test cases. So record and playback is also possible in JMeter. That's why I have mentioned record test scenarios. So that also we'll see in the upcoming video how to record in JMeter. Then parameterize test scenarios. Now parameterization is very important. We should not use hard-coded things in the test scripts. So just for an example, I'll take, let's say we have 3 environments in the QA in our organization. So one environment is a staging environment, one is a dev environment, one is a QA environment. So 3 environments are there. Now, if you will hard code at the time of recording, all those URLs will come in the JMeter itself. Now, if you will hard code that it should run on test environment, it should run only on dev environment or staging environment, right? So then your scripts will start getting failed, because you will have to ultimately parameterize the test scenario such that it can run at any environment at any given time, right? So that's why parameterization is very important. Adding assertions. Now, what are assertions? So assertions are nothing but those are the kind of a checkpoints. So let's say if you are running a marathon of 10 kilometers, maybe you might be able to run 20 kilometers marathon also. So you will have some checkpoints at every 1 kilometer or 2 kilometer that this many kilometers are pending. They will give you some kind of badge or something that, okay, this much has been completed in this particular duration, right? So sort of checkpoints. If you are aware about Selenium automation, then we have assertions there also, right? So similar kind of assertions we have here. So in assertions also, we will show you what kind of assertions we can keep. They are related to response text and all those, whether the response code is properly coming, status code. So all those assertions we'll discuss, right? So basically we are adding checkpoints. Okay, now adding listeners. Okay, what does listener mean? So as the name itself suggests, it will listen to what was happening, right? So once your script will be running, then you will have those kind of reports, those kind of statistics in the form of listeners. So it's a reporting kind of a thing. Then group user scenarios. Okay, so what we will do is we will group some particular users. So let's say if some particular module is there in the website, which is to be tested by 50 users, or you feel that there is a module in which is again dependent on some parent module. Okay, so those kind of modules you will have to group, because if those groupism is not there, if that integration is not there, then ultimately those particular scripts will fail. Adding load scenarios, so you will be adding the numbers, the thread count to 100, 200, 2000, whichever number you want to test, right? You will simulate and execute results. So you will try to run all these scripts with respect to the real-time system, right? And you will execute the results, and then you will analyze the results. So this is the entire performance test process that is being followed, and this is a role and responsibility of a tester who is doing performance testing, or you can say performance testers itself. They are supposed to do all these things. So this is a kind of an action item for all the performance testers. So whenever you get any user story for estimation, so plan with respect to this particular process and then give estimation, right? If you will give random estimation and you fail to follow this process, then ultimately at a later stage you will be struggling. So this is a performance test process. Okay, now what are the types of performance testing? Okay, so there is a typo here. Load testing has come twice. So sorry for that. So I'll update this document and then we'll upload, right? So these are the types of performance testing: load testing, stress testing, endurance testing, scalability testing, spike testing, and volume testing. Okay, what is load testing? So load testing is the testing the behavior of an application or a software with respect to the expected load. So let's say if you are expecting the website should work with respect to 2000 users, so you will be testing with 2000 users. Again, you will be increasing the load gradually. You will start with 200 users, then 500, then 1000, then 1500, and then 2000. So load will be increasing gradually in that case. In case of stress testing, you will be testing the website that is with respect to users beyond the limit, right? So if it is written in the FRD or BRD that it is supposed to work with 2000 users, you will see how the website is responding beyond the limit, so beyond the 2000 users, right? So all these definitions also I have given here. So such questions can be asked to you in an interview. So if you mention these particular definitions in this particular manner, if you answer, then definitely your chances of getting selected in an interview will get increased. And it's not necessary that these terms would be asked only in the performance testing interview. Those can be asked in any functional testing, software testing, mock interviews also, right? So this is a first kind of a video that we will be uploading, where we will be explaining, or we will be educating the people about performance testing. So we are trying to cover interview questions also parallel to that. As the topic is getting covered, so you will come to know what kind of interview questions would be asked, right? So this is the first video. It would be a bit theoretical, but definitely slowly and gradually we'll be moving to JMeter tool and we'll start record and playback things and creating scripts. Okay, load testing, testing the behavior of the application within the limit. Stress testing, behavior of the application beyond the limit. I have tried to use the terminology, the words, so that you can try to recall and remember for the longer duration of time. You can see load testing within the limit, stress testing beyond the limit. Rest all words are same. So it is easier for you to understand, and then you can explain the interviewer in your own words, right? Endurance testing, test to ensure the software can handle the expected load over a long period. Okay, software you can say, application you can say. Okay, spike testing. So what happens in spike testing? They will create larger amount of spikes in the load, right? So they will intentionally introduce, they will intentionally put spikes in the application, right? And they will generate it, the load, and they will test it. So that is spike testing. Volume testing is nothing but you are testing with larger number of data, right? You will be putting a lot of load in the volume testing, but you will see what kind of response you are getting from the database and the overall system's behavior, how it is coming. Scalability testing, the software applications effectiveness is determined. So they will scale up for some particular user load and they'll see, okay, whether it is supporting or not. So this generally helps in kind of capacity planning to your software system, right? So that is scalability testing. So these are the types of testing. Okay, 6 types are there, right? Okay. Okay, now there are many other tools that can be used for performance testing, but why the JMeter is in demand, right? So if you will see, the competitor of JMeter is a load runner, right? And there are many other performance testing tools also which are competitors of JMeters. But the points where JMeter dominates than the other tools that are there in the market are very simple, right? So it provides cross-platform support. That is, you can run on any machine. So as you know, JMeter is built on Java programming language. The backend uses Java. So if you are aware about Java, so you would see Java has that kind of an advantage that you can use those particular softwares on any platform. Right now, as this topic has been there, so we have a channel of RD Technical Learning in which we are uploading Java programming interview questions every day. Right, we are solving those programs. So any person who is going to an interview will get an idea of what approach needs to be taken if such kind of Java programs are given. So please subscribe that channel, that is RD Technical Learning. Okay, now what are advantages of JMeter? So it's so cross-platform support, so it can run on any machine, any OS, Windows, Mac, Linux, right? Record and playback tool. So as mentioned earlier, you can use the scripts, you can create the scripts, but again, if you are not having very high level knowledge of scripts, then also you can record your scripts and you can play with them, you can use them, you can tweak them as per your test cases, as per your test scenarios, and you can work on them. Less scripting knowledge is required. So you don't need that much of scripting knowledge. Basic things can be done using record and playback itself. And it's an open source tool. It's free of cost, right? So it's a good thing. Like Selenium, this tool is openly, it is available freely, and you can also download it. So that also will be showing you how to download it on your machine and what are the prerequisites, right? But before that, if you're watching this video for the very first time, this series is also free of cost, then please do hit the like button and share it on the LinkedIn uh, net LinkedIn websites and other in your network, other websites in your network. Okay, now we'll come to the next step, how to install JMeter. Okay, so we saw about performance testing. Okay, then we saw the definition of the performance testing. Then we saw the advantages of JMeter. Before that, we also saw testing types and definitions, right? The performance test process, right? So these particular things have been covered so far. Now we'll come to the JMeter itself. So now the JMeter installation we'll see. So see, for installing JMeter, as we were discussing, it's a Java based tool. The backend used is Java. So we would need Java here, right? So maybe if you're watching this video after some time, then maybe higher version of Java is required. But as of today, as of 1st, 6th January, 7 a.m., 7:30 a.m., this particular thing requires JVM 6 or higher. Okay, and you can download this particular JVM from here, right? Okay, you need to download and install the JDK. Okay, now what is JDK and what is JRE? So JDK is nothing but Java Development Kit. it includes JRE as well. Well, JRE is just for running the programs, that is Java runtime environment, right? So you would need JDK here, right? Once you will install the JDK, then you can download from here and you can run itself. So the JDK will get installed. Now, how will you check whether the JDK has been installed in your machine successfully or not? So you can enter this particular command, java space dash version, and it will tell you the version. If any error is coming, that means still it has not been installed. So this is how you will check whether the JDK has been installed or not. Now we will come to the JMeter files. Okay, so you can download the JMeter file. So again, JMeter installation does not require any kind of install shield wizard, or it does not require any kind of the plugins or any kind of installation to be done explicitly. The website is available for Apache JMeter. If you will just Google it, you will see this kind of website being available, and there you will see this kind of details, binaries, source. So you need to download the zip files from here, right? If you will download zip files, then you will get all these folder structures. So let me show you that also. So you will see this kind of folder structure, slash bin, slash docs, slash extras, right? Slash lib. So these kind of folder structure will come to you. Now slash bin folder is there. It will contain the JMeter script for starting the JMeter. Okay, so as I told you, installation is extremely easy and simple, right? You just have to unzip that particular zip file that you have downloaded. Just unzip it, and from that folder itself you will see all these hierarchies. Okay, there is no tedious installation screen to deal with it. You just have to simply unzip and you are done. Okay, once you are unzipping it, then you will see all these kind of files in your folders. Okay, slash bin, this kind of directory will be created, slash docs, slash extras. Again, you will see all these kind of folder structure. Okay, now we have already installed JMeter. So let me share my screen. Okay, so this is how the JMeter screen will be displayed on your machine once you are done with unzipping and launching the JMeter. So again, launching, in the case of opening this JMeter, you will find one file, that is a bat file, that is available already. You just have to double click on it and it will get opened. Okay, and these are the various options that are available in the JMeter. So we'll discuss those options as well, right? Let me remove the script recorder now. Let me give you first the very basic overview. What is JMeter? Okay, so in this JMeter, this is the 5.4.3 version. Okay, you can also see the JMeter from here. What is the version? Apache JMeter version 5.4.3. Okay, generally it has been found that the functional changes in this particular tool are not done. Okay, if any bug fixes are there or minor changes are there, then they will release the new version. So maybe if you're watching this 5.4.3 in this current video, maybe after some time you are getting some change in the version number. Every time they will be updating these versions, they will be rolling out the new JMeter version in the market. So don't expect a lot of changes to be happening. Don't think that a lot of UI UX changes will come up, a lot of changes in the functionality or how to use this tool will come up. That will not happen. The code has been already freezed, so code freeze has already happened, and there are very less chances that you will see the basic things getting updated. So even if you're watching this video for this particular version, it will be applicable to the version that you are using that you are going to use in the future after this thing gets updated. Now, what is test plan? Okay, so what is test plan? If anyone will ask you in an interview, what is test plan? So test plan contains all the things that are necessary for testing in the JMeter. Now, if you will see from the normal testing perspective, not from the performance testing, from the normal testing perspective, so test plan will have all those kind of things like what is there in the scope, what is not there in the scope, how many resources are required, who is going to do manual testing, who is going to do automation testing. So those kind of things are coming. So similarly here also, test plan is something in which we will be adding few of the elements. We will be adding listeners, we will be adding the tree sets where we can see the reports, where we can see the statistics, where we can get the test results, right? So test plan is something in which, so let me show you that thing also. So test plan, yeah. So test plan is something that will have thread groups, logic controllers. So let me take you through this documentation. So test plan will have a series of steps that JMeter will execute when it will run. So it's a kind of a, you can say, uh, a planning kind of a thing, what you are going to test in JMeter in this tool. So that kind of a thing will come in the test plan. As the name itself suggests, it will have one or more thread groups, logic controllers. So thread groups are nothing but threads. So in JMeter, you will see with how many users, how many thread count you would like to execute this particular script, right? So those kind of terminology will come in thread groups, logic controllers. So that thing will discuss listeners, reporting, statistics that we saw, we were discussing. We'll see in the upcoming video also, timers, assertions, and configuration elements. So all these things will come in the test plan. You cannot keep all these things hanging. So it's a kind of a parent test plan within which you will have all these kind of a subsets as you have to test. Okay. So let me share JMeter now. Right. So here, as you will open, you will see test plan. Okay. And you will see the normal menu options that you will have in other tools, similar kind of tools, similar kind of options you will have here also. Right? This is the run option, how you can run this particular script, right? Once the script is getting, this is save option, this is cut option. All these options you will be seeing in this tool. Okay, so that's it for this video. In the next video, we will be learning about how to record the script in JMeter using the recorder itself that are available. And before that, if you're watching this video for the very first time, then please do hit like button on this video and please share this video on the LinkedIn platform and other social media platforms so that it reaches to the wider network. These videos are created totally free of cost. You don't need to pay anything. So please please take advantage of it, right? And it takes a lot of effort, a lot of time in creating videos. So please do hit the like button. And if any feedback is there, then please put in the comment section of the video. So thank you so much for watching this video and stay tuned for more updates.